Greetings, members, one and all of the Salivation Nation. Are you ready to give up on silver? Let's explore! That is not a rhetorical question. I really am curious as to what your thoughts are, especially given the markets today and the prices falling as dramatically as they have. Many of us have anticipated higher silver prices this year, myself included. I predicted $30 silver, and we are at the middle of the month, and it still has not taken shape anywhere near that level yet. In fact, it very well could be that I'm $10 off, which is a pretty dramatic misstep in predicting the price. But as you know, I don't take my predictions very seriously. But regardless, I'm not alone in my bullish outlook for silver this year. And there's a lot of people who have strong opinions about silver in general and silver this year based off of what has been going on with inflation, with quantitative easing, with Fed actions and government spending, and the political environment that we live in, not to mention the coronavirus pandemic, supply chain issues, and all sorts of geopolitical tensions that are weighing down on the markets and causing a lot of uncertainty. That uncertainty is not translating to higher silver prices, where many thought they would by now. We know that patience is a virtue, and it's something that is many feel we're long overdue, and they've been patient long enough. And if you look at the markets over the past couple of years before the pandemic, we are in positive territory, but we're not keeping up with inflation with silver. So it's understandable that people would be discouraged in this time. 2021 has been a very interesting year for silver, especially considering that at the beginning part of this year, we saw a movement like none other in the silver community. And that is the silver squeeze movement that started at the end of January and into February. And it piggybacked on what was the squeeze movement for the Reddit community, Wall Street Bets. And amidst high and record cryptocurrency prices for Bitcoin, it was surprising that silver got the attention that it did get in that community. But a lot of people felt a little bit jaded after some time after the initial kind of spike because of the Wall Street silver movement and the massive demand for silver during that time, which led to very high premiums, that it did not pan out to many expectations. Now, if you look back, and you can see there's a diversity of folks in that community, and some have learned remarkably quickly how the silver market works, and some, though, have also been, I would say, probably been fed a lot of fear regarding silver and kind of where things are going. So their expectations have not been met, and so it makes me wonder how many of those people gave up on silver. If you're one of them and you've given up on silver and you've been in the Reddit community or even filter through on YouTube, because the two communities do kind of overlap to a large degree, I want to know what your thoughts are in the comment section. And I'm very curious to see what you think about silver. There are a lot of analysts out there that are very bullish on silver and have been for quite some time, predicting to-the-moon prices. And I've never been one of those. Yea, though I have been bullish on silver, I still am to a point. But I'll believe in being realistic about the metal, because there are times where it doesn't perform in line with inflation, much as what we saw this year. And there are other times where it performs greater than the return on inflation. How it's performed compared to gold has been a major disappointment, as we saw over a year ago, in March of 2020, we saw the silver to gold ratio rise to 126 to 1. As of the recording of this video, Silver is down dramatically in price, and the ratio is 81 to 1 almost, about 80.75 to 1. So that leaves us to wonder what's going on with silver. Will it recover? How long will it take to recover? We've been told time and time again, well, this is a buying opportunity. But every time there's a buying opportunity, there seems to be also an opportunity for premiums to go up as well because of supply chain issues and people feeling jaded and placing blame on bullion dealers and silver pumpers for getting those premiums up and feeling taken advantage of. I can certainly sympathize with those who feel very disappointed with the silver markets as of late. I really do. I have a lot invested in silver over the years, but that's just it. Over the long period of time, it takes patience, it takes persistence, and it takes perseverance to really be a silver stacker. You know, you have certain bars like this with a fairly high premiums, where now you can, for what I paid for this bar, typically would be what would be normal silver premiums these days, or a silver eagle these days has a very substantial premium, a premium that most are very uncomfortable paying for a silver eagle these days. And that transcends spot price for sure. And then you have certain silver pieces that were bought long ago when silver was literally trading at around $4 to $5 per ounce. And this bar is one of those that are purchased that time. That is what is called smart dollar cost averaging. Because when silver went down and silver stayed at that level, I could have sold those bars, but I did not. I held them. Hold on for dear life is what they say. And that's exactly what happened with those silver bars. But what happens is when we see the markets not react to what the analysts predict it will be, well, we see red. And that red reflects upon all of us the anger that silver has not performed to our liking or to what has been promised by certain analysts and predictions and prognosticators out there. It's always good to be cautious with any, quote, investment or strategy. Silver should never be seen as an investment in the form that you see it here. These are stacker silver pieces in the form of bars and coins in this case, and the occasional silver round that may rear its head from time to time. Nonetheless, silver is a metal that is very strange how it reacts to the marketplace. And people can chalk it up to manipulation or, more importantly, specifically price suppression. And many of you know my feelings on that. I do believe there is manipulation of silver prices, as there is with any other commodity, for the profits of those who engage in the activity illegally. And then there's price suppression, which is a cooperation of multiple financial institutions to suppress the price of silver. None of them are that powerful in my view, and have the resources to coordinate such an effort, such a conspiracy. Nonetheless, there are a lot of natural market forces at play, a lot of things that work against silver as an industrial metal, especially considering the supply chains, especially considering the fickleness of the market and how people react to silver. Because what is spot price? Spot price for silver is the paper price. Those people that invest in that are not holding ounces in mass. Make no mistake, there's members of this very community who hold paper silver in the form of SLV or PSLV. But nonetheless, the general overall sentiment is people get in those markets and then they get out of those markets. And those people in mass typically don't fully understand precious metals and see it as a hedge from within their portfolios. Stacking silver is a much different animal. You have premiums that you're invested in, premiums that you may or may not get back at the time of sale. And by the way, right now, as we record this video, premiums are high all around, and more likely you can recapture some of those premiums when you go to sell. Many local coin shops and bullion dealers are paying above spot for even some generic silver, but most certainly for popular pieces that are in high demand, such as the American Silver Eagle. Regardless, it's disappointing. I sympathize with those, and this video is not necessarily here to convince you to press on and hold on to silver. I want to just get a sense from the community, are you ready to give up on it or not? I want to see what your thoughts are. I want to be open-minded about it all. For me, I can tell you without a shadow of a doubt that I'm not giving up on silver. But with that being said, I'm not necessarily breaking down doors to go buy it either, considering that the premiums don't necessarily fall in line with the price drop, and there's some demand for it. If there's a great deal that comes along for silver, I may jump on it, and I did that. In fact, the largest silver purchase that I've ever made in any one time setting was on this was shown on this channel this year. All the while, I have been focusing more on gold. So I'm not against silver. If you can find a good deal, I think it's a good time to take advantage of it. Buy the dips, as long as there is a dip. And the dip includes premiums. Watch out. Be very careful when you buy silver. And that's just it. Be careful, be cautious, and be a contrarian whenever you buy silver. When you do that, you're not going to be disappointed. Smart dollar cost averaging, intelligent dollar cost averaging, buying more of it when the price is low, when you can get it at a good deal, and less of it when the prices shoot up and skyrocket. Much less of it. In fact, there may be times when you don't buy it at all, especially if it jumps up 85 cents or $1 in one day. Do not give in to fear during those times. Silver, in this case, is starting to become unloved again. When it gets into the teens, I predict that many of the apes in the Reddit community will probably be very, very discouraged, if not give up and maybe sell. That's the worst time to sell. Hold on to your silver during those times. It will make a comeback. What that comeback will look like is anybody's guess at this point. Will I make predictions for 2022? Probably. But it's going to be purely in fun, just like it was in 2021. I do not stake my reputation on my predictions because it's just a guess. I like to think it's somewhat of an educated guess, but a guess nonetheless. I'm probably going to be wrong this year, but that's all right. So let me know. It's not a rhetorical question. Post it in the comments section below. Are you ready to give up on silver? I would like to extend a multitude of gratitude to you all for taking the time to watch this video, and to encourage you to please rate, share, comment, and subscribe.